What's good, folkers? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. This is Tyrus Bain. Welcome to the Definition of Anarchy channel, where today, on Thursday, June 3rd, 2021, I am going to talk about a couple things here, both Asian in nature, all right? First thing I want to talk about is this whole bird flu thing that's going on in China. I looked into it, and it looks like one individual has been infected with the H1N1 bird flu in China. Just one person, and this is an individual that works with a lot of, birds. So, from what I understand, this flu does not easily cross over from animal to human. But of course, if you're working with animals all the time, you're working with animals in this capacity, sometimes people will get it. But as of right now, they're not really making a big deal out of this. This is not the first time this has happened with this type of flu. Of course, I think it was back in, when was that? Was that during Obama's era or before that, when there was a H1N1 scare, another avian bird flu scare, that, didn't really do much. You understand what I'm saying? Not really looking like a big deal. They say every now and then,
on the route,
individuals that work with those animals will contract the H1N03 flu strain, that particular strain. So, we'll keep an eye on it, but I wouldn't really make a big deal out of it, man. It looks like they just want to do anything to put the fear in people, right? And that's what these people do, for control, to get inside your heads, to get you to, you know what I'm saying? Who knows what the agenda is? Maybe they don't ever want us to stop wearing face flags. Who knows? But shout out to y'all coming into the chat room. I'm kind of seeing who's there, not really paying attention to who's in the chat right now. I think I saw Anarchy and Loco One, and a couple other people. Sorry if I don't mention you, you know what I'm saying? Right now I'm just focusing on the driving. But yeah, so it looks like, listen, man, these people, they'll do anything to strike fear in the people, and they'll use whatever methods necessary, right? They want you to be afraid of this flu. They want you to be afraid of this Modelo virus. They want you to be afraid of all the shit in the world, right? They want you to be afraid of inanimate objects like firearms. They want you to believe that as soon as you get a firearm in your hand, you become a stone cold killer. These people, it's just a means of control, right? Of course, you want to be cautious. You want to look at what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? You want to be safe. But at the end of the day, these people don't have your best interest at heart. I mean, look what happened with the Fauci situation, right? His emails got leaked, and it was discovered that he don't really put much faith in the mask. This is all kind of shit, right? But are we surprised? What's going on here, man? Man. Anyway, always some fucking traffic going on. But Anthony Frosty got caught up. Emails got leaked, right? Not leaked, not even leaked. They've been released as part of the Freedom of Information Act, the FOIA. And it looks like he is what we thought he was all along, which is a fraud, right? But look who's putting him out there as a fraud. Like other people in government, right? They're all frauds. They're all fraudulent. They're all full of shit. They're all out for one thing, not one thing, but they're all out for control and power and resources and your children. That's the thing they want. So they're going to go through any means necessary to get what they want, which is lie, cheat, steal. I mean, Mike Pompeo told y'all that. at a conference. So these people are openly telling you how full of shit they are. Yet we continue to rely on them for information. We continue to rely on them for security. We continue to rely on them for honesty, truth. None of this is going to happen. Protection. None of it is going to happen. None of it is going to happen. So, this bird flu thing. One guy has it in China that they know of. One guy. You know what I'm saying? And of course, and then there was another scare. Some other thing that happened in China a little bit after Modelo 19 came out that was supposed to be like, the big deal, the next big deal. Nothing came of it. And now they're even talking about some shit. Like I read a headline about coronavirus mixed with HIV is this, that, and the third. Like they're always going to come up with something. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this tomato has listeria. Those peanuts have some salmonella. They want you to be afraid of your own fucking shadow. But look what's going on here when it comes to things like that. E. coli here, this, that, the third. Like, they want you to be afraid of everything. They want you to eat grown lab foods that won't be contaminated, will be sterile, and will provide you with just the right amount of nutrients. Right up out the lab. Why not, man? Why not? Let's end world hunger today. You know what I'm saying? Bill Gates buying up all the motherfucking farmland so that, he has control of the largest amount of farmland in the world, in the country. The largest farm owner in the country, Bill Gates. Yet, we still have hungry, homeless people. Well, why don't you let these homeless, hungry, starving people work on your farm and they can get some shit out of it? You know what I mean? But no, that's not how it works. It's about control. It's about control. That's really the gist of it. And now I'm gonna get into this whole Asians being attacked thing. Well, what's the deal with that? What's the deal with that? Why are they constantly showing videos of black people attacking Asians? Because it's a method to sow division. They want to divide the Asians and the blacks. That's what they want. They want the Asians to hate the black folks for constantly attacking them, right? And it's obviously working because I had somebody come into my comment section, I'm not even gonna mention who they are, and told me that they were starting to hate black people because black folks keep attacking Asians.
Stop and go traffic.
I'm starting to hate black people, and I'm starting to hate you. They even said they're starting to hate me. You see what I'm saying? Oh, Jimmy. I saw that one. We slowed down the traffic a little bit because us clowns keep attacking you. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Jimmy. Asians are attacking other people all over the world, right? The Chinese are putting Uyghur Muslims in concentration camps. When Modelo 19 started, they started attacking black folks, blaming black folks in China for the Modelo 19, beating on them and kicking them out of their country. But I'm going to give you some interesting facts here. They're going to show you all these black people attacking Asians, right? That's what they want to show you. But I'm gonna talk about a study because I find it interesting that you're just now concerned about black folks attacking Asians or Asians being attacked in general. I find it interesting that you're just now concerned about it when shit like this has been going on for decades. Against Asians, against blacks, Hispanics, Muslims. But I'm gonna tell you about an interesting study that ended in 2014, right? Guess who, in regards to Asians being attacked, who attacked the Asians the most during that period of the study? White people. 74% of those who attack Asians for hate crimes, right, were white. So you mean to tell me that it all of a sudden you know, 74% of the people who attack Asians are white folks. Now, has there been an increase in attacks or an increase in the showing of those attacks? Who put the Japanese in internment camps? Was it black people? I know I was buffering for a minute. Hopefully I'm back. Who put the Asians in internment camps? Who made the Chinese work on the railroad for shit pay in horrible conditions? Who's attacking the Asians more? White people, but you hate black folks. You know why? Because you have given in to emotion, and your emotions have clouded your judgment.
2 miles ahead
And
on the road. Slow traffic.
Now you're acting stupid. Now you're acting slow. If you know that white people attack black Asians more, why do you hate black people? Why is your expressed hatred toward black people? Is it what's up with that? Because everybody attacks everybody. Blacks attack whites, whites attacks blacks, Asians attacks blacks. How many times have we seen Asians in their little hair supply stores attacking black people for no goddamn reason? So you can hate black people all you want. You can hate black people. You know, you just have, and it's not just Jimmy. It's all type of people. People love to blame black people for shit, right? They love to place the blame solely on black folks, when you should place the blame on piece of shit humans, no matter what color they are. If they're pieces of shit, then they're pieces of shit, whether they're black, white, Asian, whatever you want to call it. Piece of shit folks, those are the ones you should direct your energy at, not all black people because some piece of shit people are attacking somebody. Then you come into my comment section, right, Jimmy? You say you hate black people, you hate me, and then you turn around the next day and the day after that, making comments about other shit, like you ain't never said that shit. I don't care, right? I'm just exposing it's a level of cognitive dissonance. It's a level of just pure emotionalism, right? Pure subjective emotionalism. This is why we can't get ahead as a people in this country, because you guys react off of every little thing that the media puts out. Every little thing. You have no discernment. You have no critical thinking skills. You just go with what is said in the media. Oh, the media said it. Let's go with that. This is why people like me come out. This is why I speak on the shit I speak on, because I try and use my discernment and critical thinking skills and connect the dot skills to figure out what the hell is going on and why they're doing what they're doing. And not make predictions, but forecast what may result from that. And I've been right plenty of times, right? So I'm not going to allow my emotions to rule the day, right? Nothing wrong with having emotions. Nothing wrong with feeling fear. Nothing wrong with feeling hatred. There's something wrong with feeling hatred too, depending on how you express that hatred. love, nothing wrong with all that. But if you let it rule you, if you let it control you, then you have a problem, right? Because now you're not thinking right. Now you're going to attack people that you shouldn't be attacking. You're going to blame people you shouldn't be blaming. Piece of shit humans attack people, right? That's the first thing we need to look at. And then we look at the why, and we look at the method, and we look at what's the possible result of this? Why are they doing this, right? Slavery, for instance. What's slavery about? Is it about racism first? No. What it's about is, well, it's definitely about racism, right? But the first thing is, it's about the dominant class ruling over the weak class and using them in a certain way and abusing them in a certain way, right? Using and exploiting what they consider to be the lesser class, right? And then it's about color. It just so happens that the people they feel are lesser in class, lesser in status, happen to be black people in many regions, in many areas. Or if you fight in a war, in a battle, one region against another region, one culture against another culture, one country against another country. The country that loses, right? The country that loses, right, gets conquered, and then typically those are the ones that becomes the slave class, or the lesser class, however they want to implement that, whether it be through indentured servitude, slavery, right, and poverty for the losers, and prosperity for the winners, because the winners now have the resources, and that can be between two European nations. That can be between two African nations. And typically what ends up happening is the losing class or the losing people, they become assimilated into the new society, the society of the dominant culture. The society of the dominant culture. They assimilate or they perish. Or, like what happened to the indigenous folks of the United States, they get clumped up and pushed off to the side into reservations and given treaties to make them feel like they have some level of sovereignty when they don't have any resources. They don't have the resources they really need to be a sovereign nation. But when we look at who's attacking the Asians, you have to look at the why. What's the why? The why is a lot of people stupidly, a lot of stupid, ignorant people in this country believe that the Chinese, like all Chinese people are responsible for bringing Modelo 19 to this country and, it's causing a pandemic. A lot of people stupidly, ignorantly believe that the Chinese caused the pandemic, like the Chinese people, not the government. So any Chinese person they see, they're going to attack them because why? Because they have bought into the propaganda. They bought into the propaganda. They bought into the fear, and now they're behaving retardedly. They're reacting, right? But it's not just so. It's white folks, black folks, Hispanic folks, all kind of folks. Just like with the small hats, right? The Jays. They're being attacked allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Grain of salt, because all this shit is coming from the media. All this shit is coming from the government. Grain of salt. All these people are being attacked. Why are the Jays being attacked? Because their government over there in Israel and Palestine is wreaking havoc and displacing Palestinians, right? Because they feel like it's their birthright. They feel like they are the chosen ones. So guess what? People are going to react retardedly, stupidly, reacting to this stuff right here, and they're attacking any J they see. They're stupid. They're stupid. But that's another thing. They're giving you the illusion that black people are the ones who are attacking the Jays too, right? But here's something significant. There was an alleged mass shooting in Georgia earlier in the year, right? I think it was 8 Asians died or 6 Asians was killed. Who did that? Who did that? That was a white man, right? Who said that, he was trying to stop jacking off and he wanted to be whatever. He was some incel that blamed Asian people, right? That worked at the massage parlors for his sex addiction. Stupid, ignorant, retarded. But that's not the focus. The focus is all these little videos that they're showing where black folks are allegedly attacking Asians. The only reason they care about that Georgia shooting is so that they can push more gun control. Everything is working out in their favor because here you have it. Here you have it. I'm gonna hate a whole group of people because the media is showing me that group of people attacking my people. Okay, cool. But your ignorance is your ignorance. That's a level of ignorance on your part. That just shows a level of ignorance on your part. Hating a whole group of people because the media, who you know is full of shit, is showing you what they want you to see. That's what they're doing. Right? Y'all tell me what else it could be. Well, I can't really look at the comments right now. I can't look at the chat. Too hard. But if we want to move forward as a people, and when I say as a people, I'm talking about the humans. Human race. I'm talking about good human people who just want to be left alone. They want to live their life. They don't want to hurt anybody. They just want to be. They want to live as free individuals. Right? But y'all heard me say it. I am pro-black because, those are my people. But so is everyone else. They're just my people on another level. My people, first and foremost, are those individuals that want freedom.
Continue on.
Those individuals that want freedom
South.
and want freedom for everyone else, not just for themselves. They want everyone else to be free, and they want themselves to be free. And those type of people will not infringe on your freedoms, will not infringe on your rights. So those are my first people. Because there are black people out there that don't want you to be free. There are black people out there that don't want freedom for everyone else. There are black folks out there that want to control, that they want the power. They want to be able to have authority over others. These type of people have expressed that to me, right? They want to overthrow this regime so that they can have power themselves. I've had a conversation with someone like that. You know what I'm saying? I said, who commit tyranny, and you want the power yourself, so you can commit the tyranny. And so I'm like, and then I had to ask a deeper question. So once you have that freedom, or once you have that power, are you going to force your authority on everyone else? Or are you going to allow people to make a decision? Are you going to allow them to decide whether or not they want to be living under your rule? Because guess what? A lot of people want to be ruled. A lot of people, a vast majority of people, don't want that level of freedom. They're afraid of it. They don't feel like they're secure enough, right? They want that authority figure. They want to be led. They don't want to be free. And that's fine. And you know, you have these people that say, oh, I want freedom and authority. You can't have both. You can't have both. As much as you can have is the freedom to be ruled. And once you make that choice, well then guess what? That's your choice. You signed up for it. The problem becomes when they try to force that authority onto people that don't want it, right? That's when it becomes a problem. Okay, I want to be ruled. I want to be led. I want a daddy. You know what I'm saying? I want somebody to be my daddy and spank me when I do the bad things. And I want you to be spanked too when you do something bad. But I don't want to be spanked. I don't want your daddy. You can have your daddy. I'm not gonna have no daddy over here, because now it becomes who decides who's bad and what's bad and what bad acts are. Who decides that? Because it can be very subjective. It can be very subjective. And then it turns into what? Millions and millions of laws. Millions and millions of laws on the books telling you what you can and can't do. No, that's a problem for me. That's a problem for me. So when we look at the why is this happening to Asian people? Why is this happening? Well, we know why. Because people think that Asians are to blame for Mandela 19 turning into a pandemic.
On the right, and then keep right.
We know that. Who seeded this fear? Who seeded this? Who seeded that? Well, your government did that. Your government. They manipulated and exploited people's fear to sow division, to cause division.
Keep right, and then.
And we fell for it, right? Not we, but many of you. Many of you fell for it. Just like with the Jays. The government does some bad shit to the Palestinians. And then you have some of the people of Israel that agree with it and that sympathize with it. They're just as bad because they're giving that support. They're giving that, they're giving that support to their government. Yeah, let's continue to displace people and bomb the shit out of them. Let's continue that. All right. And then we'll blame Hamas when Hamas exploits that, right? And retaliates, not retaliates, but acts on the behalf of the Palestinians, saying, or acts like they're acting on the behalf of the Palestinians when they're really just exploiting, right? So now we can blame Hamas instead of looking at what the real problem is. What's the real root cause? What's the real root cause of these Asian attacks? Propaganda, right? Propaganda. And ignorant people, ignorant, stupid people that react to this propaganda just in the way they want you to. Just in the way they want you to. But what happened? How did this pandemic really start? Well, China, the Chinese government, knew that the Mandela 19 was running all up and through Wuhan and other parts of China. And guess what? They shut down travel from within the country, but still allowed millions of people to leave China to other countries. Allowed
your destination
people
is ahead on the right.
In Wuhan and other parts of China where the Mandela 19 was running rampant to go into, wait a minute, to leave China They didn't shut down travel from China to other countries. No, they shut down travel from within China.
Is now finished.
They shut down travel from Wuhan to other parts of China. But they didn't do that. They didn't do that for everybody else, did they? So instead of blaming the government of China, we're blaming the people of China. They didn't know what it was, right? They probably thought they had the flu. You know what I'm saying? This was back in like November, December, October. People were traveling. You know what I'm saying? It hit the United States long before we even knew what Modelo 19 was. And so now we have this. The Chinese government is to blame for these attacks, right? But everybody has to bear some responsibility. Those who attack those Asians, they bear their responsibility for those attacks, for behaving stupidly and reacting. And then you have to blame the governments. You have to blame the media. So, let me ask you something. Jimmy, you said you hate black people. You're starting to hate black people. You're starting to hate me. Who's the least protected class in the world? Children. But no one is saying, I hate the people that attack children. Right? So let me see what y'all talking about real quick. All right. Will Bellamy says, also parroting dummies that act alone is speaking for entire races and communities. Yeah. Jimmy Nguyen says, I love propaganda because it motivates me. Well, you know, that's hey, whatever floats your boat to the waterfalls of idiocy. The Habakai says, out of curiosity, oh, okay. You're moderator for okay. Modelo was in a lab and they called us conspiracy theories. Yeah, they did. CCP made virus. I agree. Jay with Open Eyes says all that League Black shit is just stupid theater. They'll never come out with the real news. If you watch Clade X simulation, the virus is put out from a lab literally all state. I mean, yeah, that's, you just said what they said, what you said was bullshit. We know it was created, right? There were some scientists that said the evolution of the Modelo 19 is not natural. So we know it's man-made. Whether it was made in the Wu lab or made in another lab, it was still man-made. It was still put out deliberately. Let's see. Marcy T was good. The Jesuits are behind the Modelo virus agenda. They probably are. Block said Ruckersville, okay. They do think we're stupid, and we are. We are. For the most part, we are stupid. Bane, I want you to go back and read my live chat. I said everything while you were saying something. Okay. Local one, TDOA, one of the most genuine channels on YouTube. I appreciate that, man. That's what I try to be, man. That's all I try to be. There are 3 different docs who came up with 3 different sets of science, and they said, "Hey, this is man-made." Hello, Stephen Cruz. You on to it? All right, let me go back here. Let me go back further. James Miller was good. Asian people don't even deserve the blame for Modelo. It's really the government causing all these shutdowns and face flag mandates. Big facts. Ryan Autry says, "What's good, Ryan? Man, it's been a minute. I ain't seen you in here. Most people I know who are genuine good people. We don't agree on everything, but that's an impossible expectation." Exactly. I blame on everyone, by the way, not just your race, Bang. Trust me, I even criticize my own race. But you only said, I've only heard you say that you hate black people. And you know I'm not attacking Asians, but you hate me. Come on, man. Modelo 19 was juiced with fungi, conjunctivitis, aka pink eye, as we prepare for aerosol transmission, buying up all the China face flags. They introduced the fungus gene that made it more transmissible. Who knows, man? Like, this shit is crazy. Yeah, this divide and conquer. We gotta be we gotta be careful with that. Tribalism is kryptonite to melting pot societies. Yeah, big facts. And this is the bottom line, man. I always say it. There's nothing wrong with the differences between. I try to, I try to research as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? I go as far as I can with the research and, fact check things. But, sometimes I fall short. It's all good. Okay, so Joe Dominize probably isn't even from Wuhan, China. That's all part of the script. Event 201 simulation about the Modelo virus pandemic done on the same day as Wuhan World Games month before the outbreak. Yeah, I mean, who knows where it came from? Who knows where it came from? Who knows how it started? Who knows what lab it was made in? Who knows? But we know whatever they put out, it's probably bullshit, right? They're going to give you a little grain of truth in the whole bowl of rice of bullshit, all right? So, like I said, man, people will tell you, oh, there's no such thing as race, this, that, and third, but there are distinct differences among the human race, and that should be celebrated. That should be respected. And until we do that, man, there will always be this racial division. So, those who say there's no such thing as race, so therefore there's no such thing as racism, those are the ones who are on that bullshit. They're full of shit. They just want to try to deny, right? They want to deny. But in reality, there is such thing as racism. There is such thing as systemic racism, even though the purpose of that systemic racism is not what you think it is, right? And so when we recognize that we're all oppressed under the system and we work to end that oppression for everyone, we're going to be stuck. Because, yeah, we can, the best thing to do is let's dismantle the system, and then we'll figure out from there where to go. Because people are gonna naturally gravitate toward people that are like them, right? There's automatically going to be some form of segregation, but it doesn't have to be like, oh, I'm segregating from you, or I'm congregating with my people because I hate your people. No, it doesn't have to be like that. It could be a respect. It can even be a love. People can even mix and commingle whatever they want to do. But at the end of the day, until we recognize what the real problem is, who the real enemy is, we're going to be stuck in this rut. We're going to be constantly talking about race, even though we try to say, oh, you're race baiting, oh, you're doing this. I don't hate, but the people that get on my nerves the most are those who say, they're always talking about there's no such thing as racism, there's no such thing as systemic racism, why you always bringing up race, but they're always bringing up race. And they're always, when it's a whole amount of BS. Let me see what y'all talking about real quick. I got to go in this appointment in a hot second. Local One says, I got to jump off. I'll come back and finish watching. Hey, Local One, we're gonna keep riding on that, man. Just got to get together with some people, man. I need people to reach out that are close to street beef, so that if like I said, you said that they're a part of the problem, then we need to expose that. I just need more people to get on board. The Habakai says, I think they're going to lock down the world come December time again. Yeah, it's very possible. Jermaine Wadsworth said the first step is getting 98% of black women to stop wearing fake. I don't think that's a step at all, man. That is so irrelevant. How women wear their hair. That is so has nothing to do with anything. That's not even close to a cause of any of the problems we have. That's a personal problem. If you want to talk to your wife about that and tell her, yo, I prefer you not to do that to your hair, that's fine. But what the problem is a mentality that causes some black women to want their hair to be like that. But some black women, it's a protective style, right? It's a protective style. And, kinky hair is so difficult to maintain, right? That sometimes it's easier just to throw some extensions in their hair in some cornrows or some braids. That way they can just get up and go, right? Otherwise, they have to wash and puff, whatever they call it, wash and fold, or whatever the hell they talking about with their hair, wash and go or whatever. They got to do all that, and it takes time. Some women do it like that is so not even close to what the first step is, but it might have been a joke. I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. It stopped a bullet before. Yeah, the standard of beauty crap. Yeah, I mean, listen, it's a mental thing, right? But only until we take care of all these other problems will they be comfortable with, wearing their hair natural. I don't know. Like some women are more and more women are embracing their natural hair. So, I mean, that'll come. The first step, though, is we have to decentralize this goddamn government. That's what we got to do. Decentralize the government. There are many methods and ways to do that. You know what I'm saying? People have to just speak up, just let it be known. Stop voting. That's one thing you can do. Stop freaking voting. Stop voting in elections. This will fucking fry their brain. They won't even understand what's going on. Stop voting in elections and say, we don't want any of you. And then you have to, this is the hardest part, law enforcement. Law enforcement. There has to be something done about their enforcers. Without their enforcers, they are impotent. We have to do something about their enforcers. Either help them understand that they are enforcing tyranny, get them on the right side of shit, or something else has to be done. Their enforcers in local police departments, county, state, federal, all these different agencies that they use to enforce their bullshit. Without them, paper tiger. They have nothing. So there's ways we have to do this, man. You know what I'm saying? So, to me, I mean, maybe we could piggyback off this defund the police thing. But again, there has to be a transitional period. We have to show that we are self-sufficient and independent. We don't need them. I'm talking about law enforcement. We have to show them we don't need them. Or we show them that we want private protection that we have full control over. And once we have that, little by little, you can build that up. Then we can go to these crooked politicians and say, look, your enforcers, they're not your enforcers anymore. This is what's going to happen. If you want to continue to represent us, then you have to actually represent us. And you can't represent everybody. Right? Anyway, one person can't represent millions of people. It just can't happen. So that representative nonsense is bullshit. Anyway, I got to get out of here. Like, share, subscribe. Holla at y'all later, man. And stop hating whole groups of people. Okay? Stop allowing governments to get you to hate people that are on the same level. Like, come on. Stop hatred. Stop the hatred. All right? And it's not productive. Stop being so emotional. You know what I'm saying? Pull your head out of your ass, but first you got to pull your ass out the sand. And I'll holla at y'all later. Let's keep marching forward toward freedom. Much love, y'all.